When the container landed in Kpa Kpa Ndo, Efula carefully inspected them and it was opened, filled with dollars, pounds, sterlings, and euro. Specially secured spiritual connector. They were also secured specially and carefully in the containers. The speed of the ship beats the time. A ship that is supposed to sail for 3 weeks sail for just 1 hour to the Kingdom of Stone. That is why the Kingdom of Stone is not in the atlas or map. No one can tell. A nation that has the sand of gold. But after the spiritual communicator were brought home and installed in their most sacred places, the Kingdom of Stone discovered that their new spiritual communicator, instead of making the sand back to gold, is making the sand to diamonds and precious stones that are worth more than the gold. It means that the spiritual communicators have been upgraded by the white man and activated. We were using them unactivated all this while. Now, our communicators are about to show us the power behind powers. It was discovered that the kingdom is now producing diamonds and precious stones instead of producing gold alone. The king was happy. Fat Dog and What Fat family were happy. Efula has done it. No one thought that these spiritual communicators could be brought home back. The white man will not believe it to wake up in the morning and see the spiritual communicators they have installed gone. They will find how to tell the people that understand the spiritual communicators what happened, why they can no longer feel the powers. The device containing the spiritual communicator has no connector in them. It means their soul have been stolen. Of course, the powerful white men already will know something has been stolen from them. But for the artwork, they will still remain there in the art gallery for people to come and see. The powers has gone back to the Kingdom of Stones. Efula installed every other nation's own individually from Kpa Kpa Ndo, where he controls the 21 wild beasts and robots shielding Kpa Kpa Ndo. Efula is still creating with his ICHENCHEKU and learning more from the gods that have returned to their land, the spiritual communicator and their ability that have been reinstalled and upgraded. That fateful day, Samantha and Nicole landed in the Kingdom of Stone in Abi village. Arose has already picked them up from the airport, driving straight to the river Niger, where they will have to swim to get to Kpa Kpa Ndo. All part of the event took breath out of Nicole in every stage. The stage they were supposed to swim, she was so excited. She took pictures with Samantha and Samantha with Arose. Now they move. They swam, entered a big gate, and then the gate started getting smaller. But 4 of the gates were under the sea, securing something Nicole and Samantha cannot be able to understand. And finally, a very large, heavy-looking shark quickly swallowed them. And instantly, they opened their eyes. They were already sitting in Kpa Kpa Ndo automatically. Efula was sitting there as well. They were welcomed with party that night in Kpa Kpa Ndo. Efula used the fund realized to build more Kpa Kpa Ndo kind of world, Kpa Kpa Ndo kind of houses. In each part of this world, he installed security, and all the security reports to his mind, which tells Efula in his conscious or subconscious mind to inform him about the instant notification. Commanding or sending forth command is also made able with Efula's mind. Efula built more of Kpa Kpa Ndo kind of village and named them by numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and on and on. Efula employed majority of the youths to live around that world, creating sciences beyond imagination from under the ocean, living freely, playing football, swimming, and with over 2,000 houses installed for the youths of the Kingdom of Stones. There were many Kpa Kpa Ndo kind of houses under the sea this time. One cannot really tell which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, unless Efula. Soldiers were employed, and all these were installed and activated in each one of those villages. As he's sitting there thinking of developing this creation in his subconscious already, his mind went. It was Samantha's girlfriend. When they were buying toys, like she likes Teddy Bear a lot, she mistakenly bought E9, Dr. Seven's robot, and right now E9 is right inside Kpa Kpa Ndo 1 in Efula's temple laboratory. Quickly, Nkonko saw this as well as Ozun. They noticed that the robot was not really a teddy bear. It was a robot implanted inside the teddy bear, and that is E9 coming to spy for information. When this was realized, before Efula could get there, the time elapsed and E9 exploded alongside with Arose and Samantha, including Ozo, who was also frequenting in and out around their circle. Efula quickly turned. He raced for his ICHENCHEKU. He opened the time and then pushed back the time. Then he had to come close to them. When he pushed back the time, he played. When they brought drink for them, Efula took Arose by the hand, and Arose took Samantha, also took Nicole, and they jumped down from the stage and the music stopped. Then they walked into the car and zoomed off. Efula checked his time and the time elapsed. They were still alive. He smiled as the SUV moved. The first target is to destroy E9 that is already embedded in the teddy bear which he has discovered. Now it couldn't explode, but he must have been informing Dr. Seven. Efula is thinking how best to grab all the recorded information and shred them before Dr. Seven will get to them. Unfortunately, where they left E9 is self-destroyed itself. Nevertheless, Arose had his time with Samantha, who took pictures of Kpa Kpa Ndo from all angles only possible, with drones flying around Kpa Kpa Ndo under the sea, water drone with cameras on them. As every other nation, we are sending their thanks and appreciation to Efula. Efula closed his eyes. He needed some sleep now.
I flew in. Dr. Seven, Ebeku has been waiting for you in the lobby for 3 hours now. Oh, Dr. Seven replied. Let him in. I have something to show him. I flew out. The door opened. Ebeku walked in. Live long, my king. Live long, Ebeku. I have something to show you, Dr. Seven replied. Come with me. They entered Dr. Seven's lab. Dr. Seven waved his hand in the air and the big monitor came up. Then he punched. This is what my E9 robot recorded. This is where Kpa Kpa Ndo is. I have finally tracked this Kpa Kpa Ndo to the point where it is at the moment. I have imported hypersonic freezing machine to freeze Kpa Kpa Ndo and his 21 security robots. Now this program has been organized to capture Efula. Myself. I want that boy's head. As you can see, he's working extremely hard to revive that white cat. And the moment that white cat is revived in the kingdom of stone, we are doomed. Ebeku, do you understand? Everything we have ever worked for will crumble that second. Dr. Seven, I understand what you are saying, and I see the recording E9 has. But when do we get this Efula down? Dr. Seven waved the screen again, and he displayed his soldiers under the sea. My dear Ebeku, Dr. Seven said, as we speak this moment, my soldiers are under the sea, moving straight to where Kpa Kpa Ndo is, with the auto hypersonic freezing machine. In less than 2.5 hours, the head of that obstacle, so-called Efula, shall be mine, right in my hand. Ebeku, Seven, are you telling me that what I am seeing right here is life? Dr. Seven, these are my 200 soldiers heading straight to Kpa Kpa Ndo. In less than 2 hours, my dear, Kpa Kpa Ndo shall be history. There will be nothing left of Kpa Kpa Ndo but dust and water. I'm really impressed, Dr. Seven. I can't wait to watch this to the end. Sit down, Ebeku, and be my guest, because me too, I'm all in to watch this live and see how every bit of the action goes down. Suddenly, Efula opened his eyes from where he was sitting. He gazed straight to the camera and smiled. Then the camera zoomed off from Efula's great lab palace where he was sitting, zoomed off from where Efula was sitting, out to the Kpa Kpa Ndo 1, the great lab. It was zooming out of the sea, out of Kpa Kpa Ndo and out of the sea, as it visualized, as it captures Dr. Seven 200 soldiers heading towards Kpa Kpa Ndo. The camera zoomed off from the sea and zoomed out of the sea, zoomed out of the mountains and hills of the Kingdom of Stones. The camera zoomed off till fade.